button.
Good morning, YouTube reseller mom here with Tina for this Friday morning's Q&A. Good morning, Tina. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to get my life together. But yeah.
Friday the 13th, y'all.
It is. It is Friday the 13th, which I don't know. I'm not superstitious about it. Are you superstitious about it?
No, but it's just fun it's always been a fun thing to me to say it's Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Stems from childhood when you're in school, and it always was a fun day in school.
Yes. Yes. And it's always fun to, have those superstitions and have fun with it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not impacting you in a negative way. All hear about the fun. So today we've got Q&A lined up, and so this is where I'm just going to go through the comments that have been posted on my YouTube channel, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability going through here. So sometimes it takes me a minute because I don't sit here and preset everything out. So looking through, starting from the top down, so we'll go from the newest to the oldest, as that's how it's on my dashboard. Somebody said they subscribed today. Thank you very much. They used my affiliate links. Yes, we have affiliate links down below, and Tina's channel is also down below. So please go follow her. She's trying to build up a following on her YouTube channel for all the content she puts out, but definitely check her channel out and subscribe. Somebody asked, how long does Amazon take to refund an old label if you are doing FBM? So let's say you're shipping out something FBM and you print the wrong label and it's the wrong label and you need to redo the label. You can go in and have that label refunded and print out a new shipping label. And they want to know, how long does it take to refund the old label? I want to say it was within 3 days. I can't remember though.
I don't remember either, but I've had to do that many a times. And so I should know, but I felt like it was a 30-day window, but it never really takes that long. So yeah, that's something I will have to actually type in to Amazon and find out. But I've had to do that where I've done the wrong packages. I maybe had 2 items. One was heavier than the other, and I put the heavy dimensions and weight for my light item and overpaid. And it was significant enough that I'm like, oops, I got to redo this. And yeah, I've done it. It doesn't take too long, and they do refund you.
Yeah, they do refund you. And yeah, I want to say it was a couple of days to see the money back in. But honestly, the only times I've done it is during Q4, and I did not pay attention. It's not like I had, it was like $3, $3 to $10 returned. So it wasn't significant enough for me to sit there and watch it. But I want to say 3 days. Next question. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. In the expiration label, does it still have to be 36-point font? And I'm thinking it doesn't, but we're going to look that up, unless if you know off the top of your head.
I never even knew it was supposed to be a certain font. I've never even known this. So yeah, I just always enter it in on Inventory Lab. And so when my label prints out on Inventory Lab, I have the expiration date right on that label. So possibly it's already that font.
Yes, I'm looking it up real quick here, because it's always good to go to the source of things. And here we go. Let's see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Oh my goodness.
Tam, I'm going to answer you why Lucy's pulling this up. I have been selling on Amazon since 2014, and I went full-time for, I think it's been 4.5 years now that I went full-time. All right, go ahead, Lucy.
I've been full-time since 2015. So this is the section right here. And all I did was typed into Google Amazon FBA label requirements and expiration, and it gets you to this page. So I usually do that. You can go through Amazon and find it. And then I just did a Control F, put in font, and they have taken it out. But it used to be in this verbiage right here, labeling expiration dated products. There was a blurb in here about needing 36-point font, and they have since taken it out of the verbiage here. So, they've got you always want to do whatever Amazon is saying, and they do change their rules every once in a while. And they're very selective on what information they tell you via news feeds or emails, but this was not part of the news feeds. And I think this got changed, I want to say about within the last 3 to 6 months, they changed it. I remember seeing some things.
Something new today. Had no idea.
Hmm?
I said I had no idea about the font thing, so I learned something new today. I will say I've never been in trouble for it, knock on wood, because as soon as you say it is when you get in trouble for it.
Mm-hmm. And it was part of that. And so what people were doing was print, and I did this for a long time, was printed out the regular label and then printed it out in 36-point font. And then I just started using Inventory Lab and had them printed on there, and I never got any sort of flack for it or kickback or anything. So I was like, well,
so you do like me. It goes on the bottom of your label off of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Next question. Oh, DVD ungating worked for somebody. Yay. If you haven't checked that out, you can get ungated with DVDs pretty easy. We have a video about that.
Yeah, me too. So that was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I was so excited about that. Q4 sourcing DVDs is going to be amazing.
And there are people that source them from the Dollar Tree. Now, I don't know if they're successful with good flips from the Dollar Tree or not, but I know the Dollar Tree oftentimes gets lots of DVDs in there.
Yes, mine, I saw that, and I have not scanned any, so I'm going to work that into my to-dos when next time I'm there. All right. Cassandra says, I looked up that CBD roll-on last week, also several of the Kraken things. Pretty sure on Amazon you can't sell CBD items. Nothing comes up.
Yeah, I've not tried to source CBD because I've always wondered if Amazon allowed it or not, because of trade shows like ASD, for instance, they have an entire floor dedicated to CBD related products. I mean, it's a private gold mine. So I know you could do that and sell it on Shopify, eBay. I've not dived into the rule. If you couldn't sell it on Amazon, treasure trove of things out there.
CBD is on Amazon. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, okay. So I just typed in CBD lotion, and I don't know if maybe that's what she's talking about. Maybe this is hemp and it does not have CBD in it. I'm not sure. It says hemp extract. So maybe CBD itself can't be in there, but you can have hemp related lotions. Maybe that's.
But is hemp and CBD the same thing?
I don't think
know enough. Yeah.
I think CBD is the actual chemical that people are after, and hemp is just the raw plant. To my knowledge, I'm not an expert at it.
My husband would be. Hey.
Tamara says, that's awesome. Do we have any employees or tips on scaling up? I have 3 employees, a VA, and a CPA.
And I only use a VA, and that's off and on that I use a VA, and I have a bookkeeper. But no, it's just me and my husband doing it right out of our house. Lucy has more employees and just upgraded to a warehouse. I do it in this very room I'm sitting in.
So Tina doesn't have an employee. She has a slave, her husband. So if you can get one of those, that's the best one.
Yeah, my husband and I do it together from home. So he's my work partner.
Somebody else likes Grocery Outlet, says they're all over North Carolina, West Coast.
Lucky. Yep. So lucky. I don't have any grocery outlets here, and I know they're awesome.
How to get an Asin for product not on Amazon. Please, I really need your help. Just launched my store. Well, you have to list the product. And in order to list the product, you either need to be GTIN exempt for listing that brand, whether that brand is generic or the actual brand of something. And then if you can list things that way without having a product identifier, you can do that. Or you can go to GS1, which we just interviewed them this week, and you can purchase a barcode for like $30. So, just kind of depends on what you're doing. If you are just reselling something that's already out there and it has a barcode on it, you use that barcode. That's the product identifier for that item. But you were asking a very broad question that has a lot of different answers depending on what
I'm
you
always shocked at how many people are so brave to just go out there and wing it and buy an item before they know what they're supposed to do with it once they've procured it. Um, so good for you for just diving in head first and figuring it out along the way.
Yeah. Well, and they just launched their store. So a lot of people that just launched, they're going to sell things that are already on the Amazon catalog.
Yeah.
It's not, and then learn how to do bundles and stuff like that,
Yeah.
bundles and listings. Somebody wants to see more warehouse. I have actually 3 videos that I have not scheduled out. I'm going to work on video uploading tomorrow morning. That's going to be my new, I'm settling into the new place, and all of our settling is, you change one thing and it changes another thing. So I'm getting my groove. Next question, Mother Teresa, I love to see your name there and your questions. Do you use Inventory Lab? Yep. How would you notate it there? Also, when sending an item back to Amazon, do you make a new MSKU or replenish? Thanks for asking, or thanks for sharing.
How do you do what in Inventory Lab?
Let's see here. This was talking about FBA returns, and I'm not sure how to notate it there. I notate anything that's been returned to me. We'll say, well, I don't want to. I use my little lotion thing a lot because there's a lot of products around me that I can't really share. But let's say that this lotion sold and it got returned to me. I pull in Inventory Lab. I'll pull what I paid for it. Let's say it's $3 or whatnot. And then if the customer returned it and it's marked as damaged or defective, Amazon's going to reimburse me for this product. So it comes back to me, it's defective or damaged, then I just either use it myself or throw it out or whatever needs to be done to dispose of it. If it comes back as like overstock or, customer return, if I can return it back to Amazon, let's say it's a shirt you sold and Amazon, the customer just tried it on, it wasn't the right size, but there's nothing wrong with it and the tags are still there, I send it back to Amazon. But let's say they took the tags off, well, then I'm going to log that, that I can't sell that either on a disposal sheet for my CPA, or I list it over on eBay and mark down what my cost of goods was there. So I hope that makes sense. And when I'm replenishing things, I just replenish. I don't create a new MSKU unless if there's a reason why. Let's say I source this lotion and I want to have 2 stores in my Inventory Lab. I want to have store Bath and Body Works 1 and store Bath and Body Works 2, and I want to keep track of my sales to each one. And so they're going to be under different SKUs, or maybe I get this one at one store for $3 and at a different store for $6. There's reasons to do different MSKUs, but for the most part, I just replenish.
Me too. And the only time I change my MSKU is if my price has changed.
Yeah. A lot of times I'll do that just so I keep the prices, I have the prices available.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I have created MSKUs on accident, new ones, and most of the time it's the employees. And then I wind up with 2 MSKUs and I'm selling the product. Now I'm on there twice. You're not really supposed to do that. That's kind of an Amazon no-no. So I usually try to sell out of one or close one listing, sell out of the other one, and then delete and open back up the other one.
Right. Because I accidentally will do that too, because in Inventory Lab, I have it'll auto-populate the last store that I entered, because I also use the store code in my SKU. Yep. So let's say I bought, the toy at Target, And now the last item I just entered in was from Walmart. And for whatever reason, it accidentally populated in Walmart as the store. I'm now going to have a new MSKU with the price, but two different stores. So I've done those things on accident. Or sometimes it's even a new item. And, I accidentally entered it in that I got it at Walmart when I really got it at Target. So moving forward, I want it to be assigned to the correct store.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Yeah. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not good.
Yeah, but usually we know what it was. It's just you like it for just running reports. What stores are making me the most profit, etc.
Let's see here. Oh, I had put out a video and I had spelled one of the words on my thumbnails wrong. So whoever was messaging me about that, thank you very much. I fixed that up, but I quick typed and typoed. Let's see here. Video on shipping pallets when I'm ready to ship pallets. Haven't gotten there yet, but I will, hopefully. I live in Italy and want to start FBM, but I want to know, how do I do for shipping PO box? Please do one video. Thanks.
Are we not allowed to ship to PO boxes?
I'm not sure if they're asking how they set up a PO box or whatnot. And if they live in Italy, they probably are going to, I would assume they're selling on a different market. If you are in a different country and you're trying to sell on the American platform, it's going to be difficult, not impossible, but they do want you to have an address here. To my understanding, for new accounts, they're checking that, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't sell abroad that way where I ship to another country. If any of my inventory is sold and goes to another country, whether on eBay and on Amazon, I let them handle it. So I don't have experience with that, although I would love to go to Italy as a sidebar.
We'll come help you. No, I think what they're going to do, this is my assumption, is have a processing unit here in the States. So just send to a third party center that then sells to, sends
yes,
to.
and I've read articles on how to get that set up and what people need to do, but it's been long enough ago that I don't recall the steps. Just because I read the things about Amazon and selling because it interests me a lot. Now, me retaining it, it's another story, especially when it's something I'm not doing myself.
Well, and I know Amazon does not want your store to be affiliated with any other stores. Mm-hmm. And the only ways that I've seen people do this is not good ways. Like my mother's old address was stolen, so somebody could have a physical address to set up a store. So I don't agree with that. Don't go out there and just pick an address to get an Amazon account. You may want to just call Amazon and see what is an acceptable for having a U.S. address. And I think PO boxes are not acceptable, but you can get virtual PO boxes, you can get real PO boxes, and that can all be done on the internet. So getting a PO box is not a problem, but I don't think for an Amazon store for starting a new account, any PO box is going to work. They want to see a physical residential address.
And possibly the fulfillment centers that specialize in housing your inventory to send it to the customers here, they possibly assist in helping you set that up. Maybe you can even use their address. But
no, because you need to be associated with everybody else. I wouldn't want that.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know.
I would say you need to make friends. Go to Tinder, find a girlfriend, figure out an address. I don't know. I don't know on that one because it's hard to get a U.S. address without actually getting a U.S. address. I don't know. Maybe you want to buy a townhouse here. All right. Adria asks, can I ask what your past job experience has been? And I'm detailed and organized. I have to be detailed and organized or I go crazy. My last two jobs were a production manager and QA manager. So I've been in management. My degree is in biology, mostly focusing in on food and pharmaceuticals production-wise. And then Tina worked at the Bellagio cutting hair.
Yes, I have been a barber, did that for 30 years. I've owned two different salons in my career and done education in hair cutting, and that's been it.
Tamara says, what brands are worth getting ungated besides Nike, Adidas, Legos? We have ungated some, but haven't been getting any good products. Ooh, okay. My tops would be Hasbro, pretty much anything toys. Hasbro is the big one that comes to mind. Barbie,
Mattel.
Mattel.
I say toys, especially now. Okay, on this one for sure, I would want to get ungated in toy brands for when Christmas time comes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people then try to get ungated during Q4, and Amazon almost shuts down, like getting auto approvals during that time, getting approved during that time. So now is the best time to work on getting ungated in those things, when things are not hot and heavy like it is during Q4. And, just get your invoices from the companies and get ungated now for toys. As my opinion on, Nike and these other brands, if you're constantly running across good deals that would be popular and sell well for a profit for Nike, Adidas, whatever, constantly, then yes, I would focus on getting ungated for it. If you're just wanting to get ungated because you just want to get ungated and think you're missing out, I don't necessarily recommend that. I just say get ungated for the things you keep running across that would profit you, that you are missing out on for sure. And it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard.
No. And I am ungated in Nike and Adidas, and I couldn't tell you the last time that I bought some because I just don't have much in my area, and I don't source at stores that would be good for that. Most of my stores, my Fred Meyers, Ross's, TJ Maxx, all of those rip the top off the box. They are often looking like garbage. They often look like they've been used and returned. I get mismatched sizes. It's just and they're not very cheap either. It's like, oh, this $80 pair of shoes is now $60. Well, that's not, that's fine if you're looking for a pair of shoes, but it's not reseller friendly. And I know there's, if I made a point of it, I could probably go find some Nikes to sell, but it's just I don't run across them in my work, in my travels here. Do you have a video get ungated for Squishmallows? Yes, I do. Yep. I have a video for it. What's the store name? TKYT.
I don't know. It was a weird store name.
Yeah.
It was, and there are a couple of other stores that you can get ungated that I've shared with people privately. And again, those ones don't jump out at me, but I know, Tam, you're in our Facebook group, so just send me a message and I can follow up with you on that.
Yeah. Have you upped your shipping fees for the new year? I have not, because I don't do any merchant fulfilling. What about you, Tina?
I do merchant fulfilling, and I have not gone in there to adjust my fees, although my shipping fees were already a little on the higher side to begin with. I've always had it set up that way. So I think I'm still in line and good. I don't do lots of merchant fulfilled orders, but as I do them and fulfill them, I have been double checking to make sure that I'm not losing. And so far it's been fine. But yes, if you haven't done that, definitely go in there and do that.
Somebody posted a question on an old video of mine about the expiration date for beauty items. So first to note, if you see a video that's older, just be aware that it's older and things may have changed.
Yeah.
And they say, how do you know that it's a 2017 tag? If it says 7, that could be 97, 2007, 17, even 78. Versa Styler by Nexus discontinued in 2012. So if it says 07, that means 2007, right? Okay, for that statement, I would agree. If the company went out of business in 2012 and, okay,
And hair products, like, so if they went out of business in 2012, and let's say their last production was in 2012, depending on what the shelf life is, let's say it was for 3 years, but definitely by 2015, it would have already expired.
Right.
That you could just know off the top of your head. Most of these manufacturers, on their websites, there's area where you can ask or inquire about how to read their expiration dates. There's different bloggers and things that also show you different brands and how to read them out.
Yes, exactly. And I believe in the video example, what I was going over was Bath and Body Works because they have a very specific date code at the bottom of their jar. Now, if you were just going to a garage sale and grabbing a bottle of Bath and Body Works and looking at the lot code, you don't know if that Bath and Body Works is within the last year or the last 10 years. I mean, I have some old Bath and Body Works in my cupboards at home, but when I'm out sourcing and I'm sourcing at the store, you know that store is not keeping inventory for years and years.
Yeah.
It's going to be within the last year. So on the bottom of their thing, it first starts off with the date code or the year, and like if it says, if it what are we in 2022? So if it says a 1 or a 2 or a 987, it's going to be within the last couple of years. It's not going to be a decade plus. They're not going to have it in there. So but yeah, every beauty supplier is going to have a different combination of date code on there, and you need to learn that for whoever you're looking at. All right, we got some questions. Tammy. Oh no, that's already.
Sorry, I had to block a couple of people real quick. Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, he's being I don't know why people have. How do you have that much time on your hand? All right, Judy, is it a good idea to accept a big box store wholesale account?
Are you asking, like, is Walmart a wholesale account? Because big box store is Walmart and Target. So I don't understand that either.
I don't know. Can you clarify, Judy? Meaning a big MOQ. I'm scared, but I'm tempted. Yeah, I have some places that I do business with. To me, and that's my scale, MOQ, minimum order quantity, that I'm comfortable with currently is between the 500 and the 2000 range. And some people may think that is really high. Some people may think that's really low. It's just on where you are in the world today. So my comfort level is between the 500 and the 2000. And if I am doing the 2000, I try to make sure I have many things I'm getting from there. I don't want 2000 of one product. I want to make sure I'm getting like 5 to 10 different products for that minimum order quantity so that I'm spreading out a little bit on there.
And I didn't know Costco has an MOQ order.
She's saying 5 to 20 on everything.
Oh, that must be like those Costco loads. I used to buy that stuff and sell it on Amazon. And another one of my friends did too. But it's hard if you're wanting to buy in the way I think you are. She, like me, got hit with counterfeit claims, and Amazon was not accepting those type of manifested Costco invoices, because I think this is the way Judy's wanting to buy, because just Costco on their website doesn't have these MOQs for just like their regular inventory. I used to deal directly with a man that would buy this type of inventory by the truckload. It's basically Costco overstock, and the clothing and the shoes from there sell phenomenal. But Amazon was not taking those types of invoices, unfortunately.
I have never had a good Costco item. I've tried a couple of things, but it's very low on the margins. It's just difficult. One, it's difficult for me to get there and physically get the products. And then two, it's just the price tanking and stuff. It's pretty flooded. Unless if you get one-offs during Christmas. I remember last year, the Yoda Squishmallow was doing good for a hot minute, and then it was flooded. So, let's see here. She follows up with no loans, just business. And they said Amazon is accepting invoices.
Well, then go for it. I had good experience in the past with the Costco clothing, if that's what you're wanting to buy. I spoke to a friend, literally just last week, about the Costco, and she said that it seems to be flooded now on Amazon. But do your research.
Mm.
If you already, if it's manifested and you know what you're getting, and you can see that it's going to be profitable, I had a good experience with them.
Oh, she's saying Amazon is not accepting, I think.
Oh, just because they said Amazon is accepting, and
And then
now
she
she said
said,
it's not accepting. So I guess you corrected that. Okay.
yeah. It could still be good for Poshmark, Mercari, eBay. I don't know. That's not my
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah.
That's not my jam. Hold on. Husband's calling. If he calls again, then I might have to
Then
answer.
there were certain brands that were really good for me of that. I don't know if they're allowing you to choose the brands or not, but there are certain ones that were hotcakes.
uh, Tamras asked also, how do you guys find your products, replens or clearances? And do you mostly do RA? So, Tina, why don't you take this one and tell her about the
Products,
OA
refunds, and
challenge?
clearances. Regular products for me is when I'm just, if I know that Walgreens has something on sale like makeup, I will go through the Walgreens website, and that's how I will find just regular inventory. As an example, I just go back and forth. It's time consuming between Walgreens and Amazon. Can I profit? Check Keepa, the whole routine. For replens, um, if there's an item at any store, um, Target or Walmart that I've bought that keeps selling well, I just keep replenning it. If I first bought six to test and they sold out quickly, I'll go back and buy 12. And each time I check it, every time I check it to make sure it's not flooded or the price tanked. And that's essentially how you find your replens. And then they just start piling up, piling up. Some fall off. Now, maybe that replen at Target of saran wrap is no longer good because the price is tanked. Well, then that replen fell off, but I maybe added a few more. If I'm in Target doing shopping like that and I'm doing well with saran wrap, I start looking at the things near the saran wrap that's maybe that brand. Is the foil doing well? Are sandwich bags doing well? And I will just check on that one row that day because that could take a good hour to be on one row. Then I also have wholesale accounts. So let's say that I am selling that saran wrap really well. I will look on the box to see who manufactures it. I will reach out to that company and ask if they allow wholesale accounts or wholesale buying. Sometimes they don't when it's a big manufacturer, but they will give me a list of their distributors. They'll tell me, well, these three companies are our distributors, and now you can reach out to them. And so then you can possibly now source that saran wrap. For oftentimes these distributor wholesale accounts, it costs you the same amount as it does in Target, or sometimes pennies less. But then once you incorporate what it costs to have it shipped to you, you're either at the same price as Target or maybe slightly less. But I can buy 100 of it instead of being limited to how many are on the shelf at Target and then having to drive around to 10 Targets in town. So that is how I go about my sourcing.
So, Tamara, I want to invite you to come join the Facebook group, and we are going to be doing some OA challenge stuff for June and going through all the different ways of sourcing. There's going to be a lot of stuff about sourcing. So, I encourage you to come join that. It's free. It's free. We're not charging anything for anybody right now. And we will be doing some videos heavily on sourcing, reverse sourcing, replens, OA, RA, all of those things. So we could talk about that, gosh, all day. Judy
Yeah,
says you can't make profit with retail arbitrage.
you
Yeah, it's tough.
can, Judy, but it is exhausting. I agree. It's exhausting. It's in as many years as I've been doing this, I'm constantly still trying to find new inventory, look for inventory. I do have my good old tried and trues that hang around, other things fall off. There's always the new stuff coming out. It is a constant thing that just doesn't end.
I would say it's my least favorite sourcing because it's just so flooded and such a gamble. There's a lot of research you got to put into it.
Yes.
And it can be
And
very,
creativity. You have to be so creative and think in different ways. And these are the kind of things that, I want to talk about in the Facebook group, and also during our version of a 30-day replan and OA challenge. While, I will confess I do not know all the things, I do know a lot of things. And a lot of you know things that I don't know. And when we collectively work together as a team, we can all still learn and grow together.
yep. All right. So the next question I've got here is, how did you add info when you are annotating? It was on the annotation on the Squishmallow video. So it's the video is titled "How I Got Ungated for Squishmallows." That's so go search that and you'll find that video. When when I have a PDF, I can just open it and there's like a markup ability. And so whatever platform you're on, I just open PDFs and use the markup ability. What do you do, Tina, for annotation?
Well, I either email you my invoice and ask you to do that for me,
Okay.
or or what I always did in the past is I write it down on the invoice itself. Next to it with a pen, I write the thing. So if it was 10 of Squishmallow, the dog, I will annotate next to it. I will write with a pen the ASIN that it corresponds to. Then on the paper, I also circle the address of who I bought it from. That shows their name, their address of the company, and the phone number. Then I also circle my name and my address that matches Amazon. And then I circle on the bottom that it is paid because I want to see it's a paid invoice and not just a billing statement. And then I will upload it like that. I have a little scanner. It's a really cool scanner. I scan that document to my computer so I can upload it as an attachment. I'm going to grab this little scanner because for people who don't have a printer with a scanner and just want to scan something, I love this little scanner.
Just a second, and I will grab that Facebook page.
It's this big. This is a scanner. So it has the USB that plugs in to my computer. I even bought this one used off of eBay. It's made by Epson. And once you plug it in, there's this little button here. You push it, and it just it feeds your paper right through this, and it uploads it onto my computer as a PDF file. And so I do all that really fancy penmanship on my invoice, scan it with my scanner, and upload it as a document.
All right, I popped the Facebook channel name in the chat. It's also down in the description, Tamara, so you can get to it either way there. All right, couple of things going on here. There was somebody said that they like Airtable more than Trello for managing things. I think, whatever you're comfortable with, just that you have some way to be organized.
Yeah.
That is the important part.
Yeah, there's no wrong thing. And I back in the day, I used to use something called Evernote. So, there's lots of different things to use and organize your stuff, that you don't want to forget.
I know a lot of people that use the Happy Planner and they love it. They have the stickers and they got all the things. Me, no, I want something that I can
cute. And years ago, when I was a mom, I would have been all about doing that. Now, at this time in my life, I don't have time. I don't have time to decorate a planner and put stickers and do all this cute stuff because I'm too busy to do that.
I have no desire to have it. And boy, I saw some people who, they post like the before and the after on their Trello and how they spruced it up. And some of these people, they make it so busy and crazy looking and like try to make it a work of art. And I'm going, I can't see what I need to do. Like, I don't care if it's good to look at. I just need to know the info.
Yes, that was the old me before Amazon took over my life. It just takes too much work for me to be creative and do all the things cute.
Yep. Somebody was talking about the auto return settings keep changing, and they have had to fix it 4 times. I've had to do it 2 or 3 times. So check your return settings. They keep wanting to turn on the liquidation, and don't auto set me to liquidation, please.
Yeah, I have it sent to me unless
Yeah.
I want to liquidate it.
Well, they keep changing
Yes.
those settings, so you got to
Yeah,
keep.
they're changing it like, oh, we want to liquidate this for you. Yeah, because they're selling our liquidation pallets to all these companies.
Oh yeah,
So
they're
it's
making
to
money
their
off it.
benefit for them to keep accidentally setting it to liquidate
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
dispose, right?
I love how some of these companies are like, "We're helping you out." No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not helping me. Thank you for DVD ungating information. You are welcome. So I think it was Tamara that asked about ungating on the Squishmallows. There's also video on the DVDs. So
Poynk. See, when I wasn't thinking about it, it came to me. That
yep,
was the company.
Poynk. That's who we bought Squishmallows from, and it worked. All right. Bambi says, sometimes I feel that when I'm shopping for items, I think, like you said, getting lost in what we are doing and not eating. Yep. In fact, I need to get some snacks for my car. I'm
I
out of
never
snacks.
forget to eat, unfortunately. I never forget to eat.
My friend Heather said, thanks for sharing on the DVD video. Does Marcy make any content of her own? I don't think she's been making any content of her own, but I don't think she's had time. She's been very busy. Oh shoot, I might. Okay, let me get a question for you, and then I gotta respond to something on my phone. My VA is trying to get into my Amazon account.
Okay.
Let's see here. Works. Oh, somebody said the DVD worked for them. That's good. I love it when we post something and then people are like, "Yes, I did it. It worked for me."
That's
Awesome.
Yeah, and the only payment we want in return is give us a bolo.
Hey, that would be nice.
Help me, help you, help me.
All right, this one. Can you explain the Amazon business account that can be used for Amazon to Amazon flips? Do you want to take that one real quick?
Can we use our business account to buy stuff on Amazon to flip back on Amazon? Is that the
Yeah.
question?
Well, they're asking how to do that. Yeah.
Well, I do that, but you're not allowed to use your Amazon Prime account. I'm not sure about the rule on an Amazon business account. I buy with my Amazon business account to flip back deals on to my Amazon selling account because I'm really not sure the rules on if you're allowed to use your business account. I do know you're not allowed to use your Amazon regular Prime account though. And I don't have a lot of Amazon flips back on Amazon. I have one that I consistently do, and then the other few I've done just periodically during Q4.
Yes, so you can use your Amazon business account to purchase and then use those purchases to flip back on Amazon or use the invoice for ungating. It works for that
Yeah.
as well. Now, if you're not sure what an Amazon business account is, go over to Google, type in what is an Amazon business account, and figure out if you qualify and can get one, because you do need to submit, what is it, your reseller permit and your EIN or something. I can't remember, but there's some business requirements to open a business account. Usually business requirements are your EIN, reseller permit, which you should have if you're getting into this. So you can do a lot of things with it. And if you have a business, it's good to have a business account.
Yes, and just a tip, like really, I feel like I should know better. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but we all make mistakes. I've had my Amazon business account, I kid you not, for I think it's been 4 years now. 4 years. And do you know, it wasn't until around October of last year that I realized I didn't have it set up to not pay taxes. How did I just assumed my business account automatically had me as not paying taxes because I just hit click checkout. And then it was around, like I said, towards the end of last year, I was like, wait, why are they charging me taxes? They've been charging me taxes for years. And so I recently had gotten it set up. So I'm now using my business account and not paying taxes on my purchases. So yeah. Yep.
I recently got my Uline tax, and I'm doing a video about that too. That's in the queue for this weekend to work on. But tax exempt with Uline. However, I have tax exempt in Washington State, Nevada State, and like 3 other states, but not Texas. And I needed to ship stuff to a supplier in Texas. And they were like, yep, you got to pay taxes because you're not, I don't have a reseller.
You don't reside there. Yeah.
Like, darn it.
I guess the next thing to do is ask your supplier that you ship boxes to, like, hey, you got a tax exempt account with Uline. If I forward you this money, can you buy them?
Yeah, it was like $8 or less in tax. So I'm not, I
That's a
don't know,
Starbucks right there.
barely. Judy says, get Nani's biscotti cookies. Oh my God, those are so good. Those are so good. I'm trying not to get those. Ah, I would love that, Miss Tina. Small
Yes.
group sharing Bolo's tips advice. Yes, come on over to the Facebook group.
Yeah,
That is
and
so
maybe we
fair.
can make a little side Facebook group for just that purpose.
For Bolos.
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll figure out the structure of it because
Yeah.
I don't know about. We got to figure out the structure of things. I'll leave it at that. What am I doing? I hate it when it's inverted. So I'm like, oh, there we go. Ah, Cassandra, thank you for joining us today. Let's see here. I do not think you have to do any of those things for a business account, but you should use a separate email from your seller account. Agreed. I use my business email for my business Amazon account, and I use a different email for my regular my seller account. Amazon is confusing. I am an affiliate for them. I promote your products for them. I am not allowed to buy on any of my devices. Now I have a business account. Do not know how to get my discount. Ooh, I don't know. Don't try to send those biscottis to Amazon because they're multiples.
Biscotti is considered meltable.
They sometimes classify weird things as multiples.
Maybe it had. Maybe do some of them have frostings on them that are, because a biscotti cookie is not even meltable. So okay, Amazon. Which goes back to Judy's first words. Amazon is confusing.
Yep. Yep. Okay, let's see if I can get to another question. Somebody's was listening while prepping in a shipment. Very good, very good. I've been wanting to get. Oh, okay.
Well, depending on what flavor, you could probably sell them on eBay. eBay doesn't have a meltable deal.
Nope. And you
Unless
can
you
FBM them too.
eating them.
You can ship with ice packs for FBM.
Yes, yeah. I sold some meltables last summer using those ice packs, and I was afraid, you all. I'm not going to lie, because I live in Las Vegas, and our summers here are well over 100 degrees. I mean, hot, hot, hot. So imagine if it's 110 outside, inside the car or delivery trucks is even hotter. So I was really, really scared. And I bought the freezer packs. I bought the bags that you can, ship these things in. And I tested it last year because I thought, if I can send a meltable here in Las Vegas when it's well over 100 degrees, and it arrive okay, then anybody can. And it was successful. So yes, go for it.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm shipping to, like, I've had some meltables go to Florida in the middle of summer, so I just add extra ice. I'm like, it's Florida, it's going to be hot, or Vegas or Arizona, any of those places. Somebody wants to get ungated in Carhartt, got to search for a supplier. Yeah, that's one that I don't know who would sell it, so I'd probably do an Amazon to Amazon there.
Yeah,
Carhartt's
Amazon buy.
I know Amazon sells it. Small and Light changed on the 28th. I hope you all went in and added extra products to the Small and Light program. If you're not, you're losing out on money. Easy money. To do my Small and Light quickly, I just download my inventory from Inventory Lab into a spreadsheet, cut out anything that's over $10, and copy and paste.
And that's the Lucy method. The Tina method, for those that aren't quite as savvy as Lucy, is I go into my Amazon account, and your cursor bar above all of your inventory, I sort it by the items that cost the least to the most. And then I just one by one go down for the ones that are $10 and copy and paste your SKU over to this Small and Light Quick and Roll. And I do it that way. Because there's no right or wrong, but I just like to throw out my method too for those that maybe aren't as fancy as Lucy. Lucy's the smart cookie here.
I don't have time to do that. That's just too much work, Tina. I'm lazy. That's what it is.
See, but some of us feel like yours is too much work, with the spreadsheets and the organization, but you
You
are
just
so good at
you
it.
literally go to Inventory Lab, go to your inventory, and there's a little button that says download CVS.
Hmm.
Download the CVS, and then just take the SKUs, just sort it like you just did, sort it by price, and then take the SKUs that are from whatever price, 0 to $9.99, and copy paste them. It's like 3 steps. It's really easy.
We need comments. We need comments for which which way you've tried and liked. Are you Team Lucy? Are you Team Tina?
A couple people have said Maidenform is now a gated
Wow.
brand. Somebody said a year and a half ago it was not, so they are not gated in it, but it looks like people are gated in Maidenform now. And then question also, hoping to get an answer next Q&A. Can you explain FBA replacements? I've had several lately where they ship out a replacement item, but there's no return or anything. Will I be reimbursed? Do I need to open a case? You will be reimbursed. You should not have to open a case. And it takes them a while, though, to pay you. And it's not, I want to say on the reimbursements, they don't give you as much as if it would be a sale. Is that right?
Yeah, they only give you a portion of it, and usually replacements are because the item was lost or damaged, and the customer request to have this item replaced. So Amazon does give you a portion of it back. You get these emails that are quite obscure that'll say your replacement reimbursement has been. You get those emails from time to time, and that's what those are.
Yep. So
And it's like 30 or 45 days out, something like that.
Yeah, it's not quick. Not quick at all. I love that dinosaur, so cute. I don't remember which dinosaur I was featuring. You mentioned you will show how to get ungated for Jockey. Could you please do a video on that? Jockey, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess I could do a video on it's the same thing though on an Amazon to Amazon flip. I would use like Carhartt, I would do the same thing for Jockey, Adidas, Nike. I would do an Amazon to Amazon because finding a supplier for Jockey is going to be really difficult. I don't know of any suppliers for Jockey or Carhartt. Do you?
No, but I do know of a website that I don't know all the brands they have on it, but their invoices usually work for ungating for Nike and brands like that. You just got to go through and find the item and match it up to Amazon. And so that would be outside of an Amazon flip.
Yeah. So for an Amazon flip, I'll give you guys the gist really quick. If I go here and I type in Jockey, I am going to select Prime. And I'm just looking for the product right now. I'm not going to buy it because I'm in my regular account. If you get an Amazon business account, this is all like blue. And usually there's a way to sort instead of, I want to sort by price. Typically, okay, let's do this. Price up to 25. Prime. We've got some $11 ones. So then I would click on this. And I would see here sold from, ships from Amazon, sold by Jockey. So I don't want that one. You want to see shipped and sold by Amazon, and you want it to be as cheap as you can. Here we go. These ones are only $6.99. I like that. Sold by what? Amazon Group? That's ridiculous. Somebody didn't come up with a good store name. I might not be able to find one that's super cheap, but if you search enough, I'm sure you will. But what we're looking for, here we go. Sold by Amazon, ships from Amazon. Oh, really? My page needs to reload. Okay. So ships and sold by Amazon, right? So now you've got Jockey. So you would take this Asin. You can grab it. This is RevSeller. That's Keepa. Down here, take the Asin, copy it, go to your account, click add a product. So you're going to take that Asin, go to add a product, see if that needs ungating, right? So you're going to see if you're restricted. Then you're going to click on that and see what do you need to do to apply to sell. and you're going to see those things. And if it says you need an invoice showing 10 items or more purchased within the last 180 days, blah, 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 that's the one you want. Then you're going to go to your Amazon account, your Amazon business account, put in that ASIN, buy 10, have it ship out, go to your Amazon business account, print invoice, print a PDF, and submit that PDF for the Ungate. So I do the research part on my regular Amazon account, and then I go to my seller account to make sure that's the product I need to get ungated with. Always double check that. And then go to the business account to actually make the purchase and get the invoice. So you could do that with Jockey. You could do that with Carhartt. And you see how I found one in like, I don't know, what is it? How long was that, Tina? Less than a minute.
Yes.
And it was $16. You're going to buy 10. So you're getting ungated for Jockey for $160, probably plus tax, unless if you remember put in your tax stuff, then no tax. But that's how easy it is. And if you searched around a little bit more, you might find one for cheaper than 16, but it's got to be bought and sold by Amazon.
I'm going to have to be cutting out soon, just so you know, because my family, we're going to Springs Preserves.
Yes. All right. We'll wrap it up here and just highlight what's here. And then from Cassandra and Judy. For small and light, I'd like to look at anything you currently have priced for up to $12, because that seems to the point where the profit is similar if you lower it to 10. Yep.
That's right. Yeah. And I will usually plug that in my seller calculator and clicking the small and light button to see what would I profit if I left it at 12, what would I profit if it was small and light, and I lowered it to 10. I agree with you, Cassandra.
And if you have Rev Seller, you can do that too on the product page. You can, you know, bring the price down to $9.99, and then they have a little box to select for small and light and see what the ratio is going to be. Ladies, I'm confused. I worked.
We're all, Judy, aren't we all?
Yes, we're all confused. I worked one of the 500 Fortune companies. I received a 20% discount for life if I purchase items through liquidation, no discount. Should I purchase for retail or just go to wholesale?
So is it 20% off is just through liquidation? Oh, no, through liquidation is no discount. Well, if you're purchasing at retail and that 20% is less than the liquidation, well then, yeah.
And I'm not, if you're purchasing on Amazon, or where is she purchasing?
Like, let's say she's saying she has 20% discount for life at a store she worked at. So let's say it was Costco, based off her earlier question. She can't use the 20% discount if she's buying liquidation, but she can do it if she can use the 20% if she buys retail. So yeah, buy retail, because liquidation, Amazon does not accept those invoices, but the retail invoice or receipt they will accept. So heck yeah, girl, get that 20% discount. That's for life. Not too shabby, especially if it's at a great store.
Yeah, and if you combine that 20%, if things are on sale or seasonal, you know how they discount sometimes things, you could make it work. You could make
and Judy, if you come to Vegas, let's go shopping with that 20% discount.
She says it's not Costco, unfortunately. So
I just use that as the example.
All right, everybody, we got to let Tina go here, and I got to get to work in the office. But there's more. We have more questions, so maybe we'll continue on next Friday with the rest and anything else. So if you guys do have questions, go put them down below, and we will try to answer them live.
Or join the Facebook group too and throw them in there, because I do check the group a couple times a day.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care and have a great day.
Bye.